Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest, emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
The life of every child is precious. If you care for a child or teenager with a disability and have limited income and resources, they may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. Call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI-Kids to learn more. That's ssa.gov/SSI-Kids. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy. Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Good morning, I'm Tisha McCrae with the Walton Youth Project and the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. We're here again this morning to talk to you about the plans that the Teen Advocacy Board have to beautify the garden behind the Wayne Street alley. It's at Wayne Street and Spring Street, and we'd encourage you all to go out there and look at it. And then if you have some ideas or if you have plants that you'd like to donate, we're especially looking for heirloom perennials. It can be for shade or sun because we have both out there. And this Saturday, our teens are going to be out sort of clearing the garden and speaking to the local merchants and getting some more ideas. We received a generous grant from Peach State Federal Credit Union to help us out with this, as well as with Resilient Northeast Georgia to help us with some of the funding on it. It's going to be a beautiful spot once we're finished. And again, we'd just love to hear from you and to get some donations of plants. We are going to be using our 3D printing lab that we take to local elementary, middle, and high schools to print plaques for people who donate plants. So if you do, we can give you some recognition there that's created by some local Walton County students. In order to reach me, my number is 770-207-3174. And you can also email us at walton.youthproject@icloud.com. Thank you.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another Walton County update. We will start with our March 5th board meeting. It wasn't an extremely long meeting, but we did have some important information that came from that meeting. So there was an adoption of the agenda with an addition to appoint the Planning Commission District 2 seat. So there was a withdrawal for a rezone of 9.66 acres, and the Board of Commissioners accepted that withdrawal. We had a few budget amendments that were adopted and a project length budget for the Walton County Government Building Surveillance System that was adopted. We accepted a contract with Reeves Young LLC for the Grove, which is the Walton County Parks and Recreation Facility that'll be located in Walnut Grove. They also approved Assistant Program Management as the program manager for the Walnut Grove Park. Now this is for everyone that uses the scales at Keep Walton Beautiful Recycling Center. There was a proposed solid waste fee increase, and that was approved. So the board approved an increase from $65 to $70 per ton with a minimum of a $5 minimum disposal fee. And that is to offset some of the cost incurred at Keep Walton Beautiful, and also to encourage those that are, taking their household trash to use the green bag program. You can get a green bag at local convenience stores and some local grocery stores, and they are $2.50 a bag, and that will help, eliminate some of the traffic across the scales. So we accepted a bid for the Walton County Government Surveillance System from Atlanta Access Control in the amount of $229,104.63. So they appointed a voting delegate to the Georgia Opioid Settlement Advisory Commission and Regional Advisory Council, and they appointed the county manager, John Ward, for that voting delegate. And they also appointed Terry Eason to the Planning Commission District 2 seat that was previously served by Pete Myers. There wasn't an executive session held for the meeting. Again, it was a short meeting, but if you want to find any information, you can always find those meeting minutes and agenda summaries on the waltoncounty.gov website. Just a few updates. Public Works will be closing Mountain Creek Church Road to through traffic starting March 21st for approximately 10 days for the Williams Transco Pipeline project. And for all of you with students from 4th to 12th grade, 4-H is now accepting summer camp registration. So if you'd like your child to go to summer camp with 4-H, you can find that information on the Walton County website. I also want to thank all of the viewers and listeners over the last few years that I've served as the Public Information Officer for Walton County. I will say that this is my last county update, as I will be moving on to a new position. So thank you so much for your support over the years, and I hope everyone is enjoying all of this nice spring weather. As always, if you need anything, you can always reach out to anyone here at the Walton County Historic Courthouse at 770-267-1301. Thank you, Walton County.
Hey, thanks a lot everybody for tuning in. In a minute we're going to show you a lot of the dogs that are available here at the Walton County Animal Control Shelter. You know, we're on South Madison Avenue right behind the jail. You can come down and have a look through every afternoon from 1 to 4:30. You can see the dogs and the cats, or you can go online and look at waltonpets.net. We do post a lot of the animals there, almost all the animals there, so you can do some window shopping if you go to waltonpets.net. You know, it's springtime already, hard to believe, but we'll probably, just like every year, start to see a lot of the kittens come in, a lot of the puppies come in. So maybe you're looking to add a kitten or a puppy into your household. Don't forget about your local animal control shelter. It's Walton County Animal Control, 1411 South Madison Avenue in Monroe, or waltonpets.net.
He is a Lab Retriever mix, not neutered, vaccinated, good with kids and other dogs. He's about 2 years old. He's looking for a good home.
This is Winston. He is a 3-month-old Labrador puppy mix, and he is looking for a great home. Good boy.
This is Blossom. She's a Bull Mastiff. She is house trained, good with kids, and good with other dogs. She is vaccinated. She is not spayed. And she's a very sweet girl.
This is Blaze. He's a 1-year-old hound mix. He is great with kids and dogs, and he's looking for a home. Come on.
He's a Black Lab Retriever. He's neutered. He's house trained. He's good with kids and other dogs. And he just needs a good family to run and play with. This is Bruce. He's a English Bulldog mix. He's about 1 year old. He's vaccinated, good with kids and other dogs. He's very sweet.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. Happy spring to everyone. The weather's finally getting better, except for those weekends it keeps raining. But we have had an opening of our spring sports. We had it last weekend, and the rain held off for us, and we had a wonderful weekend. The weather was quite well, and everybody played up in Loganville with our baseball and softball, and then we started the week off at Criswell and South Walton. And we'll continue until spring break, then we'll take a week off and then come back that following week and continue all the way till around May. So we're looking forward to our baseball, softball, soccer, and our track teams doing some great things and having a great time. Hopefully the weather will hold out for us. I also want to invite you up to our community centers. Remember, they're open on those rainy weekends. You can come up and exercise and stay healthy. We appreciate you doing that. We have our craft fair coming up in Loganville. Make sure you go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov to register for that. So hope to see you at the park soon, and thank you very much.
Hey, this is Isaac over at Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip. I wanted to talk a little bit today about Windows 11. How much of a nightmare it is what I wanted to talk about. You know, Microsoft, they come out with a new Windows, I don't know what it is, maybe every 5 years or something like that. And usually every other generation is good. So like Windows 7 was good, Windows 8 was horrible, Windows 10 was good, Windows 11 is horrible, Windows 12 would be good, and so on and so on. So Windows 11, what it really is an unfinished version of Windows 12. They go ahead and send it out, and they let us kind of fix the bugs for it. So there's all kinds of issues with it. Lots of printer issues that we see, like it'll go in and just uninstall your printers, or sometimes if you go to print something, it'll open like the Documents tab or something like that. We've seen where it'll just destroy computers when it goes to update, or if people were doing, especially when it first came out, like if you upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, it would wipe your computer data and everything, or it would crash the Windows. So a lot of issues. There's still a lot of bugs too with just clicking on stuff in Windows 11. I've seen just clicking on something on one of the windows and it'll open something totally different than what you actually clicked on. I've seen where updates will get stuck and create issues. One thing about Windows 11 too is it's more difficult to navigate. So instead of clicking on something, like to get to something on Windows 10, you might have had to click one time. Now you've got to click 3 times on 2 different menus to get to the same thing, which I think is ridiculous, but whatever. So with all that being said, the recommendation is please do not buy a computer with Windows 11 on it, or you can get a new computer from us that still has Windows 10 on it. Some of the major manufacturers will still sell computers with Windows 10 on it. You still get computers off of Amazon with Windows 10 on it, so the option is there. And then when Windows 12 comes out, they'll give it to you for free. So just stay away from Windows 11. Again, Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
Hello, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. We have the high school show in the gallery right now. It will be here through April 11th. April 11th from 6 to 7:30 we'll have our reception and awards night, and then this show will be gone, and the middle school show will be the last of our student art shows. So we feature public and private schools. As long as they're in Walton County, they are invited. Not everyone participates, but most of them do. And we're glad to have them here. This high school show is really amazing. A little bit of teenage angst on display, but mostly really, really, really good art. And I think you'll be amazed. Walton County has great art teachers. We really do. We really have. They pull things out of these students. It's just amazing. So do come and see. It's here through April 11th, and I think you'll be pleased and impressed. This show will be judged by an official from the Savannah College of Art and Design, and they will award one big prize. I'm not sure exactly what it will be, but usually it's a scholarship of some form to SCAD. And I think he's coming tomorrow, so I'm not sure exactly, but I think he'll also name some runners-ups, and they'll get a certificate so that they have something for their portfolio and to keep, because it's important to be recognized, A, to be in an art gallery like this, and B, to be judged by an official from SCAD, and for them to be impressed with your work. So we want to recognize them. So that's the high school show. Our other big news is we are selling our tickets to our 2 spring events. We have a gala type event. It's not like a formal kind of thing, but it will be, it's called A Toast to the Arts. It is Friday evening, April 26th, at Sparrow Grove Manor. And we'll have Dr. Armitage, Alan Armitage will be there. He's world famous horticulture professor, now retired from UGA. He's written, I think, 17 books. He's going to be there answering questions and signing books. We'll have a silent auction. We'll have hors d'oeuvres, heavy hors d'oeuvres, lots of really good food. Wine, music and dancing. We hope, still trying to figure that part out. But we'll have a really fun evening Friday night. And then the very next day on Saturday, April 27th, we'll have our Nature Meets Art garden tour. And we actually have 12 stops on the tour. And most garden tours have 4 to maybe 6. We're always overachievers here, and our committee has really pulled out all the stops. And aside from 7 private home gardens, we'll also have 5 other stops on the tour for you to enjoy and learn. We have speakers, we have a pop-up sale. Growers Outlet in Loganville is partnering with us and bringing in plants and giving us the proceeds. They are so generous and so good to us here. Dr. Armitage will be hanging around on Saturday too for about an hour and a half to answer questions and sign books if you want to buy a book. So lots going on. Come by the Art Center. We've got flyers, we've got information on our website, MonroeWaltonArts.org, and we hope to see you soon.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
You have to just all right. You can. This is the honor system. Wherever you're up here, it's fine. I'll make
Also, our healthcare psych athlete, teacher, one of the best we have. She's going to talk to me a little bit about Key Club. When I talked to Kathy, first of all, she made me come. She said, if you don't, then we'll mess up your taxes. No, I'm just kidding. Anytime.
You didn't ask me if you could do a test tonight.
That's right. Well, Kathy's known me for a while, so anyways, no, anytime I can come and brag on our staff and our students, I want to come. So he asked me to have a presentation. I keep one on hand because anytime I can talk about Walnut Grove, the Walton County schools, I go because there's a lot of great things going on. And here's a statistic for you that most people don't know. What percentage of families in America actually have kids directly in school?
40%.
Way too high.
Oh. 30?
Lower. 20. A little higher.
25.
About 22 to 23%. Wow. So you think about that. So some of you here are grandparents. So some of you here maybe don't have kids or your kids have already gone. So that means only 1 in 4 have kids actually in schools. And if you go into, again, it's kind of interesting because I say that. That's why it's so important for us to come and have these conversations because guess where you get your information?
From kids.
You get it from the kids, or you get it at the ball field, you get it from the mad mama who's sitting next to you at the ball field, or from whatever else. Or me having to call Patrick Graham like, Patrick, can you please put something good on the front page for us? Which he does a great job, by the way. He's a great partner. So what you're going to hear today and what you have in front of you are just some things that you need to know about Walton High School. And there's a lot of great things going on. I've been there for 4 years. I've been 26 years in education. I've been in school administration for 16 years. I taught for 10. Before I was here as principal at Beaufort High School. Before that, I was in Macon as the executive officer of secondary schools. And I've also been a middle school principal, a hearing officer, which is a person you do not want to meet. So I've done quite a few things. But today, I want to go through just some statistics because I think you don't have the opportunity to see everything. And I would say we have 3 great high schools. Monroe, and Loganville also a great high school. Don't tell them I said that, but they really are. We do compete with each other. So I just want to go through just a few things. So let's see. Here are just some facts. So our enrollment currently is 1478. It says on there approximately 1,500. We actually started the year a little over 1,500. This is not unusual for us. Every high school kind of loses some along the way. Some going to Foothills, some going to, they can leave us early and go to technical school if they want to do the DAP program. There's just a myriad of ways. Some get sent home for the rest of the year, if you know what I mean. I mean, just kind of what happens. We are in Region 8, 4A, so we're a 4A school. Monroe's a 3A school. Loganville's a 5A school. On the cusp of a 6A school, but they're growing as well. But we are larger than we've ever been. And we will be bigger next year. We are located in Walnut Grove. Ironically, we have a Loganville address though. A lot of people don't realize that. They want to address things to Walnut Grove and like, there's no post office. You have to do it to Loganville. So we are in Walnut Grove, but we have a Loganville address. We have about 142 staff members. And I mean, they are fantastic. We have hired, and we already had some rock stars when they showed up, and we just added some more. Because Walnut Grove is a place that people want to be. What a lot of people don't realize is that we actually receive students from all over the county. From Walnut Grove, Loganville, Jersey, Monroe, Social Circle, Covington, and Good Hope. And there are some other in there. So we literally get them from everywhere. And the reason is because we have a permissive transfer rule in Walton. Yes, I was in Gwinnett 15 years. And what they can do is students can actually select what high school they want to go to as a permissive. So we have quite a few students. We are the largest selected school for permissive transfers in the district as a high school. So we have quite a few that drive distances just to come to us. Our graduating classes is somewhere between 310, 315 on average. This year looking to be our largest class ever. If those last 10 will come across the stage, we'll see how that goes. But that's usually our graduating class. Our graduation rate for the last 3 years, the first time in our history, we have had 3 consecutive years above 90%. We actually had our highest graduation percentage last year before last, at 93.94 technically, but I won't get into the 0.4. But I can tell you anything above 90 is doing a good job. And in truth, all 3 high schools have all hit 90%. And that's a big deal. You don't find that in most places. That's just the work that's been going on under Dr. Franklin's leadership. We offered 93 courses. Yeah, a lot of people would go. Like when I was putting this together, I called Tommy, who does our master schedule. I said, Tommy, how many courses do you offer? 60? He's really get back with no, 93. I knew it was a lot, but I had no idea it was that much until I actually was creating a presentation.
Can you tell us what those are right quick?
Yeah. Math, science, social studies. So now here's another piece to that is that of those 93 course offerings, 32 of those are for CTAE. CTAE stands for Career, Technical, Agricultural, and Engineering. So that's what they're around. So for example, Nita's courses, her courses fall into that. And Nita's got it interesting. So if you're in the healthcare pathway and you complete the second part of the healthcare pathway, you actually get 2 credits because you also get an anatomy credit. So we have those options too. So you can take one class and get multiple credits. We have multiple CTA classes where you get 2 credits towards graduation without one class. And you can see some of the, so we have 10 career technical CTA pathways. We have healthcare science, and Anita's right here. We have JROTC, engineering, ag science, criminal justice, marketing, computer science, audiovisual film, work-based learning, and early childhood education. If you were to guess, which one of those would you say is probably our most popular?
Criminal justice.
Work-based.
ROTC. Computer science.
Work-based learning.
Wow.
It is so big. I've been, this is my 5th district I've worked in. I've been a principal of multiple schools. I have never been in a school where so many kids are ready to go to work. I mean, ready to get to work. And when I talk about my vision, it'll make more sense. We're so out of compliance right now because we have so many work-based learning kids. We're actually reducing one of our course offerings and adding another work-based learning teacher so we can continue to have those kids go to work. So they're actually learning those skills they want in a job now.
Getting out of work or is it getting out of school?
Well, these kids get work. They have to because they get checked. I mean, our work experience teachers have to ride around and actually they meet with the bosses. The bosses actually give ratings on them and how they're doing and whatnot. I mean, that's how they get graded. So I mean, it's not just a I'm out. I mean, that's why we had to reduce what Lisa was doing. She couldn't get to them all. And so, I mean, these are kids that actual work. So,
and it's not just work; they also do internships. So, like my students can intern for first and second block, which is like 7:30 to about 10:30 or so, at Walton Piedmont, and they go through all the departments at the hospital, and also Athens Orthopedic. So it's not just actually go to work; they can also do internships like that too. And our ECE students, which is they go to the elementary schools and teach.
So we have lots of community partnerships. What a lot of people realize is we have people at our school all the time, like recruiting our kids. Like we had Euro Snell last week, recruiting our kids, hired a kid on the spot. Right on the spot. He's a junior. He's got a job when he leaves. He's going to start a summer internship with them. I mean, those kind of things. One of the more exciting things, well, one of the many exciting things that we're starting is we will be starting our construction lab, an actual lab where our students are going to be able to actually work in construction in the base of our building. We actually built you can't really see it, but over on the right, we built an auxiliary gym, so we were able to move the weight room up there, and now we're able to redesign that. So we're actually starting construction and electrical. We'll start down there starting next year. Again, that's why you see the E.R. Snells, we have the Yanceys, we have the Caterpillars. They're all coming to come talk to our kids because they do want to work and they do want, they want to go right into those fields. So trying to give those experiences. 40.4% of our 12th grade students earn accelerated learning credits. That means through dual enrollment or AP courses. So we don't have just kids who go on Dragon Pool. We have a lot of kids also who are looking to go to be enrolled in a university or post-secondary education. We offer 17 advanced placement courses and doubled the number of students taking these over the last 4 years. When I got there, we offered about 6. Now we offer 17. And we have doubled the number of students actually taking those courses, which is a big deal. So that's been a bit of focus for us. And you wonder how many of these kids actually go to college. About 58% of our students actually enroll in college in the end. So you got about 47%, maybe 42% that kind of go somewhere else. But again, most of our students actually go to college. So that's some fun facts about our school. Other things that people realize, we actually field 36 different teams. So think about that. That's 36 at least head coaches. And then add all the assistant coaches and then throw in football and basketball. I mean, so we have to have a lot of coaches and all over the place. But a lot of people don't realize that. But when you throw in JV, varsity, and 9th grade, 36 teams. So as you can imagine as a principal, every night there's something going on. We could be running all the time. Fine arts. When I first got there, we didn't have chorus. I'd never been to school to have chorus. So within a year we have chorus, and now we have one. We actually, I think everybody would agree, we have the best chorus in the district. But we also we have Mr. Reedling, who's actually a minister in Loganville. He's our chorus teacher. He has done an unbelievable job with just developing that program. We also have a great band program that can be concert or marching band. We have literary, which is actually a GHSA sports. I didn't even add that to the 36. But again, that's also a fine arts opportunity. And then in the art, we offer 2D, 3D, and AP art if any student wants to go in that route as well. So Ms. Stacy Jackson does a great job with that. Clubs, we have 18 organizations, including archery. Archery is not considered a sport or a part of finance, so it's in the clubs area. But we have archery. Our archery program is off the chain too. And I mean, if you come to an archery meeting, you'll see a lot of people.
So literary is considered a sport.
Yeah, it's under GHSA. But so is esports. Esports is under GHSA too. So, and no offense, but bass fishing is too. So I mean, we can go down that. Yeah. So CTAE, we also have opportunities there to serve and for students to develop through Skills USA, TSA, DECA, FCCLA, and FBLA. So again, that's just some of the things, because what's great about schools is you want them not to only have a 7 to 3 good experience, you want to have a 3 to 7 good experience too. So that kind of idea. So just want to kind of give you an idea. A lot of people realize how massive an organization high schools are and just how much is going on. Talking about spinning 1,000 plates, we spin 10,000 plates. That's how it feels. But you know, we do it for a good reason. This is the team that does it. Now there are a few missing, but we take this every year. You can see here our leadership team in the front. This is Coach T. He is our curriculum instruction assistant principal. This is Miss De La Rosa. She oversees I always forget. She F through N. They all have alphabets. So you have De La Rosa, you have Mr. McDonald. I know he does A through like F because my son's an A, so I know he has to see him. So then you have Coach Cochran. So this is our team, a very experienced team. But again, this is our school and our staff who does all the work. I always think it's important when I talk about my school. I always think it's important if the leader doesn't have a vision. I always have a problem with that. So I always, anytime I go, I want to tell them, why are we doing what we do? What is your distillery when you make decisions? And this is it. So it starts off with, we want students to have a meaningful school experience. That means we want it to be differentiated for every student, because when you think about your own kids or your grandkids, they all have different gifts and talents, don't they? I mean, they're not on this conveyor belt all getting the same bumper and tire. We used to do that, but we shouldn't, because we need to develop the child or the student to what they're good at. That makes sense. That's why you see all those different offerings. That's why you see all those different clubs. That's why you see all those different CTE opportunities. Is because we want them to kind of figure out what it is and what vein they want to work in. And so it's our job to provide them those experiences. The next one is we want them to graduate on time. I've been doing this for 27 years. I haven't shaken a 20-year-old's hand yet. And I've shaken very few 19-year-olds. Very few. So what we know is if they don't get it done in 4 years, by the time they're 18, more than likely they're not going to get it done. So we focus on that. We talk about that. And then the last part is the part that I think every student at Walton Grove can tell you. Their job, when they walk across that stage, is to tell me, are they leaving enrolled, enlisted, or employed? Because the opposite of those things is not good. So we talk about, even in 8th grade, when they come up and start talking to us, we say, parents, do you want your kid to leave enrolled, enlisted, or employed? We don't care which one it is. Just pick one. And if you don't know, then start with enrolled. You can always, go to enlisted. By the way, if you enlist, you're actually doing the other two too. But because the opposite of enrolled means you dropped out, you're incarcerated, you're unemployable, or unfortunately you're deceased. Those are the only 7 ways you're going to leave high school. I'm just here today. Been doing it a long time. So we want you to leave one of those 3 ways. So we talk about it all the time. Enrolled, enlisted, or employed. What are you doing to ensure that happens? Because I get tired of kids shaking my hand going down the stage and not knowing what they're going to do. So what happens is they end up in a low-wage, high-demand job, and they just flounder. I tell Dessa all the time, she's like, I can't get workers. I said, all the 20-year-olds at McDonald's, go talk to them. Because that's what's happening. Many of those guys, they didn't leave having any, and I'm not knocking them working, I'm just saying, they could do more than that if they really had a vision for their lives. And so we're trying to help them figure those things out. So anyways, that's the vision. I'm not going to go through everything, guys. This is a long presentation. I also think it's important that you know kind of what we focus on. We don't focus on a lot, guys, believe it or not. Like you have these people who have all these huge improvement plans. They can't do all that. They got all these goals. They can't do all that. We focus on 3 things. We focus on literacy because in the end, everything you do is around reading. Everything you do. You can be a mechanic and you still have to read manuals and do those things. And some of that technical reading is way more difficult than anything else. So we focus on literacy, we focus on kids graduating, and we focus on coming to school. Walnut Grove, since its opening in 2009, has continued to have an issue with kids coming to school. I ain't never seen it. Again, I've been a lot of places, but for some reason we struggle with getting kids to come to school. Now you and I both know where that starts.
We have trouble getting them to come to work too.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell the parents that all the time because I ask business leaders, what do you want us to do? Not once have y'all said, hey, can you make them smarter? You haven't. That's what they say. They say, come to, I had Rivian. They came by. I said, what do you need? I got to talk to the guy. Just the 2 of us. He goes, Lindsay, here's what I need. I need him to come to work. I need him to come to work on time, have a good attitude, be willing to work with other people, and be willing to learn, and they can get a job.
Well, they don't need that now.
So they
don't need that anymore.
They don't. But I use that example. But this is a pretty big organization. But guess what? I asked Decatur, I asked Facebook. They all say the same thing. Not once have they told me, can you make them smarter? Not once. It's all about the shovel. It's not always about the book. It's about industriousness, hard work. So we do preach those things. Unfortunately, they aren't measured in grades, but they are in some ways. But Nita, you still have a good. Okay. Nita's got to get back for class, so I can't go too long. So anyways, again, I told you, we don't do a whole lot. These are the things we do. This is what our school improvement plan looks like. We try to be very succinct, and it really comes around this idea called the mile. And I won't get into it. It's a great book about, you know, the guys who went to try to get to North Pole first. Have you ever heard that story? And it was around the person who did it was they consistently said they were going to go 20 miles every day versus going to go as far as they can, as fast as they can while the weather is good. And so we are staying consistent. This is going to be our expectation year after year after year. And that's how we think we're going to win with that level of consistency. And these are the things that we're focused on. And I won't get into all of these, but I mean, if you look at them, this makes sense. This is around behavior, safety, security, tardies, attendance, student engagement, advisement. Yes, AI integration. We started that a year ago. We saw it coming and we got involved because, again, we can let it happen to us or we can be involved in it. So again, these are the things we do. This is around literacy. This is around teachers working together. And this is around connecting with our community partners so that our students have those connection opportunities. So we have a lot of great things going. You may know Ned. He spent the day with me. He wore out his shoes. But you know, Ned's also a parent as well of two of our students. And so Riley and Tommy. Riley's a senior this year and Tommy is a sophomore, and so again, so it's good to have him spend time with us. There he is. Don't you like this picture right here? I don't know when that happened. I wasn't with him for some reason. I was in the bathroom or something.
That's the real man.
I'll let y'all tell him that. Okay, I'll let y'all tell him that. This is, again, an example of literacy. Our students do a fantastic job. I mean, this is not just like the regular newspaper. This is an online publication that they produce, and I mean, it is high quality. I mean, to the point where actually Patrick has reached out to me and said, hey, got anybody that might be interested in coming to work for me? So again, giving those kids opportunities. This is our Rising 9th grade tours. As you can see me there, I preach to every student who comes in about exactly what you heard. And what you're in by our vision and what we want for them. So trying to get them indoctrinated in some of those things. Again, AI, we work really hard. And how our work in AI has been not around students, this has been around, what I realized was all teachers could think of is how do I keep it out of the kids' hands because they're going to cheat and do all this other stuff. What we did was we started showing them what they could gain. So if you ask teachers what they never have enough of, what do you think it is? Time. We started showing them how AI would help them save time. I mean, literally, we have one teacher he's in his 29th year. He said what used to take him 10 hours takes him 10 minutes. Think about that. So that's like creating rubrics, those sorts of things. What used to take him 10 hours is now taking him 10 minutes. Because what we're happening is teachers are burning out because of all the time they have to spend and all the demands. And this is giving them some of their life back. Because this is a lifestyle. We don't realize being an educator is a lifestyle. It's not a profession, it's a lifestyle. You have to learn how to live it. So, again, we had Industry Day. You can see that there again around that employee, college events. And I thought much about safety and security because you hear a lot about that. We actually have two SROs that are housed at Walton Road. We have one that's right down from me and we have one downstairs. So we have Officer Gonzalez and Officer Counsel. So we at all times have an SRO at our school. And I mean, they are involved. And just to brag with Walton County Sheriff's Department, I've been 5 different places. Beaufort City, Gwinnett, Bibb, and Barrow. And I have never worked with a sheriff's department that is so involved and so committed to keeping our kids safe.
Is that Officer G? Right? Officer
Gonzalez right there.
My kids love Officer G.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't mess with Officer Gonzalez. He is he's smiling there, but he's jacked there. He's tattooed from here to here, and he's still active military. And sometimes when he gets there, he's still active military. You know what I mean? Hey man, it's easy. So again, there's a high commitment to the safety of our students, and this is something Dr. Franklin talks about. I mean, they actually have a gun safe in our school. They have high-power rifles that only they can get to through biometrics. So just know our kids are safe, and they do a good job. And again, like they're both out today. He's actually in Savannah, and he's covering other. But guess what? There's an SRO walking our school today just to make sure everything's okay. I can call Corporal Rodriguez. I can call Chief Brooks anytime I need to, like Christmas Day if I have to. I mean, literally, because that's happened. and that's just how Sheriff Chapman leads things, and I'm certainly appreciative of that. So, just real quick, I'm going to stop in just a second because I want you to hear from Nita. I can go on for a while. 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. This right here is a big deal. We were the only high school in the whole state of Georgia to win this award. The only one. So we were named that's the Georgia Associate of Secondary School Principals Distinguished Breakout High School Award. We were the only one in the state of Georgia to actually get that award this past year. Very proud of our staff and students because it's been 3 or 4 years in the making for the work we've been doing to improve. So I could go on, guys, all day. I knew you were having problems, Lindsay. You figured it out. But, I'm just proud of my school. I hope you noticed that. I'm proud of my students, proud of my community, I'm proud of the work of the Walton County School District. And for those of you, I know we're changing superintendents. Get behind Chip Underwood. He's been here. He's going to be fantastic. I'm going to miss Dr. Franklin. I came under Dr. Franklin. I came called Dr. Franklin. But I'm also here to support Mr. Underwood as well. So at this time, we'll turn you over to Nita. You should know the answers to your questions by now, by the way. By the way, they're all true. They're all true. So he was right. He got 100. He got 100. So I'm going to let Nita talk.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm the Key Club advisor, and I have been doing it 5, 6 years maybe, I think. And this year we have 33 members that have paid their dues. We have about 25 that are really active. And what I see my job as their advisor is everybody emails me from the county, other schools, whatever, hey, we need some volunteers for whatever they need. And then I send it out to all the Key Club members, and then they can volunteer, they can sign up, they can show up, whatever is available for them on their schedule. So here are some of the service events that we have done. Either all of these are this year, or some of them were maybe last year. At the elementary schools, usually it's just our feeder schools, but I think we have done some that are outside of our feeder schools. So the fall festivals, all the bingo nights, the mother-son events, the father-daughter events, field day occasionally. They do volunteer at Kroger for their Moonlight Madness. They have done that a couple of times. We don't always get enough parents to volunteer for concessions, so our wrestling, when they have those tournaments, which those are like Friday nights until 10 o'clock and all day Saturday, so our students, the members volunteer for that. Some of them get like 8 or 9 hours just one day for doing those types of things. They do assist our Student Government Association because Student Government is the one that does prom and homecoming. So they decorate and help set up with that, so they volunteer for that. Some of them are coaches at soccer at Blue Springs. They coach the rec soccer. We did thank you letters to veterans for Thanksgiving this year. They gather items for the senior citizen stockings, foster children Easter baskets. We have a new animal shelter in Walnut Grove, so they've been gathering stuff for that. Our drama department, which you've never been to one of our dramas, you probably should come. It's a fantastic one. They're doing Tuck Everlasting, the musical. Just put a plug in there. Yeah. And they help with assisting in painting, all of that. I have one student who is, she has tutored for SAT, ACT, and I want to say she probably tutored, it was online for maybe about 20 hours. She did a total of 20 hours of tutoring, which is a lot. We also work with Beta and National Honor Society and with Relay for Life. Key Club sponsors the blood drive, partly because I'm the healthcare science teacher, so kind of do that. But they help with setting that up, and they are the ones that meet you and greet you at the door. And they do all of that out there, along with Red Cross, and I can stay in my room and teach. And the Happy Cart, we have something at school called the Happy Cart, and this is for teachers, it's for boosting our morale, and what it is it's just a cart that's full of goodies. And they come around all through the halls, they knock on the door, and like, do you want something? We're like, yes, we all want something off the Happy Cart. So the different clubs sponsor that. And anybody, any business is welcome to sponsor that. Hint, hint. And our biggest project is it's a Valentine's project, and we have to start it at the beginning of the school year in August, and we do cut out hearts, the die cut hearts, And then the students have to put encouraging, they can put corny little pickup lines, just Happy Valentine's Day. And then we, on the 13th, we hang them all over the school, and then students come in, they can take them off and they can give them to somebody else. So it's kind of like, encouraging for other people and their fellow classmates. And I think this last time, I think we had, I want to say we had over 1,000 hearts to hang up. Wow, there were a lot. Cool. Yeah. So those are some of the things that we've done this year. So the next one was how can you guys help us? Now it is a matter of helping both Key Club and helping Walnut Grove, because I think they kind of go together. If you would like to, and I'm going to say it this way, because Jenny and I met October, something like that. So helping to supply the Happy Cart. There's a money thing that I don't like to get involved with. So if you just want to say, hey, can we bring a case of this and a case of that? What do you want? And actually bring that, and then we can put it on the cart and we can take it around. You're more than welcome to come and to go around and see the teachers also. That would be great. We've had some other business people do that, and it's always nice. You can see the teachers, you can see the building, if you've never been in our building. Being a guest speaker for Key Club, we meet once a month. It's on a Tuesday afternoon, like right after school, around 3 o'clock. And if anybody wants to speak on volunteerism and what it means to you and what you've gotten out of it, that would be great. Being a guest speaker just in the business area for any of our classes, especially our CTA classes, that would be great. Soft skills, that is something that I can stand in the classroom all day long and tell these kids, like, this is what they're looking for. They're wanting you on and in one ear, out the other. They don't believe it. So when you guys that are real people that are actually really working, that would hire them, when they hear those things, it makes a difference. Let's see. Oh, I know something. If y'all need help, volunteers for any of y'all's events, I need to just shoot me an email and let me know, and then I can send that out to the students. I can't guarantee because I don't know what their schedules are, so it's when, based on their time. I do have quite a few this year that are they're younger, as in like 9th and 10th grade, and they may not be able to drive, so it's dependent on their parents if they can bring them or not. I don't know if you're going to speak anymore, but there are two things. You're not? Okay. We have something called senior interviews. And what it is that we are interviewing, we're trying to get them practice interviewing, doing interview skills, make sure the resumes are up to date. If you would like to volunteer to help with that at any time, I can give you the contact person for that at our school. And these two, it's probably a little bit more if you wanted to donate money, but we have two things. We have something called Warrior Day, which is just basically field day. It is field day for our juniors and seniors. And I hear that there's a trailer.
Yes, you heard correctly.
That snow cone, popcorn, something.
We haven't designated what we're doing yet, but there is a trailer that is granted that we can use.
That and our Warrior Day, I just looked it up, May 1st, Wednesday, May the 1st.
Okay.
So if you would like to do that, you can get with me and I can get you the person to talk to.
It's a really fun.
And
it's
we also
for big kids. So
we also need we have parents, but we also need people to do the events.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. It's nothing serious, and we keep points, but we don't keep points. It's just the tug of war that they all really care about. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention, and he had it up here, is one of our I forgot what category it was in. Not safety, PBIS. Which category is it? Management. We have something called PBIS. Tell me what it stands for.
Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports.
So it's positive behavior. And we do a lot of things at our school to make sure, like with tardies and attendance, and then if I have a student, like today I had a student that was helping another student that is struggling, and she did it all on her own, and she was helping her review for the test we got tomorrow, and I will go in and give her like, 10, 20 points, and then they build up points, and then they can go to we have a store that they can go and, buy stuff, and it's food items, drinks, things like that. We also have something called the Grill and Chill, and we are still doing the Grill and Chill, right? That's only at the end of the year. We have different big events, and it's based on different criteria, based their attendance and their no tardies, no referrals, any of that kind of stuff. So helping to do that, that would be another place the trailer could come. I guess I'm just saying that. Yeah. And of course, if you wanted to donate any time, helping to cook, do burgers, stuff like that, or any things that you would want to just donate supplies-wise. So, do you have any questions?
No, we'll make note of that. We need to use our food trailer. We bought one. It'd be a great trial run for us to get out and use it, see how it goes.
I don't know when the Grill and Chill is, though. Do you?
Well, you could try it on the staff if you wanted to at any point in time.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah. So we actually have Bethlehem Church is actually coming with an ice cream cup, a truck for the staff as well. And the kids are great, but I'm telling you, staff and teacher shortage is real. It's real. And trying to encourage them to stay, just like I said, the happy cart is other things we try to do to encourage teachers, because it is very challenging for them.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest, emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
The life of every child is precious. If you care for a child or teenager with a disability and have limited income and resources, they may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. Call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI-Kids to learn more. That's ssa.gov/SSI-Kids. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.